As chairman of Marque, it's my enormous pleasure to welcome you all to the launch and publication of our Global Impacts Report in 2021. The report which celebrates the achievement of Marque certified businesses and supply chain partners across the globe. Today, Friday, is the culmination of our Zoom into Marque Week, which is a new virtual communications innovation, which has featured daily discussions this week covering many different topics with great contributions from the farm, supply chain, manufacturing and retailing, as well as members of the Leaf team. Recognizing the significant role that agriculture plays in climate change, biodiversity and landscape, our purpose is and always has been to facilitate and to accelerate the journey towards more sustainable farming. Day by day, season by season, more healthy food from more healthy soils in a more healthy ecosystem. Marque farmers and other supply chain partners are helping to lead widespread change.
Over the years, it's managed to stay very much ahead of other assurance schemes. And I think that there's three reasons for this. The first is there is ambition amongst Marque growers to stretch themselves. There's, we want to, for various reasons, we want to add value to our products, but we also, you know, as farmers, we live and work on our production units, unless, you know, in most cases. So we actually want to link environment and farming in a very real way. Secondly, the reason that Marque works as a management tool is it has an eye towards economic sustainability. So it genuinely is guided and listens to farming businesses. And so it's a practical tool. And thirdly, it's got this unique connection with consumers, partly through Open Farm Sunday and community outreach. But I think Marque sort of knows what's going on in public opinion and reacts to that ahead, maybe, of others.
We are certified by the United Nations as carbon neutral. And how have we done this? Well, I've been a leaf farmer practicing integrated farm management for many years. And through doing that, for example, we've reduced our fuel use by 60 to 75% by moving away from ploughing. We've reduced our fertilizer use so far by about 13% by adopting a broader crop rotation, including spring cropping, and there's a lot more we need to do on that area. In 2018, as Tom mentioned, lots of leaf growers are using renewable energy. Well, we added into that, and now 50% of our electricity needs comes from solar panels. And then with the Marque, and Marion touched on this about, you know, making sure it's not just a box ticking exercise. So I've been a Marque grower for several years, and part of that in the audit and the data we collect is a lot of energy information there. And I wanted to sort of look at all this data that Leaf has helped us collect and see if we could take it further. This is my thoughts on where sustainable agriculture is going to go. And I think we're going to get income as farmers from potentially 4 different areas. The first one is the produce we grow. The second one will be public money from public goods, so under the ELM scheme and the countryside stewardship type schemes. And the third one will be the new one. This will be the income from potential carbon trading. And it's very important that it is a trusted, verifiable, certifiable method of doing this, so that both farmers and those that potentially are going to buy their carbon credits have trust in the whole system. And then there's a fourth one on there, and this way maybe sort of open farm Sunday type things, or other farms do it in different ways. Ecotourism.
It was only perhaps 20 years ago that the organisation we market our same soft fruit through Berry Gardens introduced us to leaf, and what we discovered was a railway. Really, it's rather like a Victorian built railway 100 years ago, good for 200. It's been really well thought through.
I see, interestingly, LeafMarque facing two different ways. Firstly, helping farmers farm more sustainably, and secondly, giving assurance to brands, retailers and consumers. And of course, they're very closely linked. But do you see that internationally, those two playing equally important roles, or is there a particular emphasis that you place on either one of those aspects?
I suppose I'm seeing leaf as the railway, but then you need a train to do the pulling. And who's doing the pulling? And that's, Marion didn't need any pulling. She drove herself. The same for Duncan. But there's a lot of us out there who need that brand or that retailer, that customer to say, here's the track. Don't go on your horse. And they're not necessarily setting the pace, although pulling does that. I think, therefore, it is incumbent upon the brands and retailers to grip it. They have a responsibility and to just illustrate, just point the way. This is the way to do it.
I think I take the opportunity to introduce the concept of the scalability of what we do. I referred to the fact that 45% of UK fruit and veg is now sourced from LeafMarque certified farms. I think one of the excitements of the digital revolution that we're now embracing is that LeafMarque is capable of being scaled up globally. Everything we're doing, from the remote auditing to the sharing of data to the collection of data, is capable of being shared across the entire globe. And that's relevant both, as I've said, to help farmers internationally, but also to give assurance to consumers, whether they be domestically in each country around the world or at the border of the United Kingdom, giving consumers in this country confidence that food that we're importing has been sourced and grown to similar standards to that which we would encourage and expect here.
Whether that's regenerative, whether that's integrated farm management, whether it's conservation ag or whatever, I don't really care. But let's all do it together and let's not get political and split up. And I think that's what Leaf's been very good at doing, is bringing everyone together, and we can all learn from each other.